Have you been to 40 Watt in Athens? Have you been to Athens?
No, I've never been to Athens.
So,
I was gonna go with Fred to go see Angel Olsen. Down there.
You almost did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's cool with his girlfriend, so I was like, I don't want to be the third wheel on that.
Yeah. I have a funny reason why I don't like Angel Wilson. It's not fair at all for her, but it involves the Miami Hurricanes.
Oh, really? Hey, how you doing?
How far is the junction to San Mark?
Maybe 20 minutes.
Can't be far. I was thinking we were right on top of it. So
yeah, it's 20 minutes-ish.
there's some
We hiked this, but it's been a number of years.
Yeah.
nude swimmers.
Up in here?
Yeah, a couple hundred yards down.
Awesome. Ladies?
Yeah, guys and girls. I guess I'm thinking, would I do that? I'm thinking, well, you know, if I was really hot, I didn't want to walk back in wet clothes.
Yeah.
You know, that's one alternative to strip down. But they got big packs. It looks like they've been camping, so.
They're just wild children.
Yeah, it's crazy kids. Forest Moon of Indoor Campsite is right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a cool campsite.
Yeah.
We're getting upset though because we can see people have stripped the bark to start a fire off the trees.
We think
Oh,
we
really?
can think of no other reason to
Why?
cut bark off a tree.
Yeah, there's plenty to like. You can't. I mean, come on. They
Just
couldn't
forage,
find.
will ya?
You're right.
I don't know.
But
It's,
you've done this trail, I assume.
Yeah, a bunch of it. Yeah.
Yeah, the nicest one, that was a big rock.
Yes, that's where we always wind up.
That
yeah, there's
campsite
no
is
one there,
gorgeous.
so
Nobody's there.
It's incredible. But today we're gonna start there and then venture
I haven't been any
down.
further than that.
Yeah, we haven't gone
I
down.
always just end up there.
only, well, it's only from there about an. Well, it depends on how fast you walk.
We've been taking pictures.
We go slow,
Yeah.
so it's an hour more. You're back to the road, so you can't go a whole lot further.
Well, but we're gonna stay on the. We're saying staying in the water and going down on the water.
Shut
Oh.
the front door.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That's the plan. So
We're
we'll
trying to
see.
hurt ourselves.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we read the book. You know, the books are like, don't even think about trying to go and follow the creek. You know.
Well, we're not gonna. You know, if it gets too dangerous, obviously we won't continue. But we're gonna go slow.
Well, good luck then.
Thank you guys.
All right, see you.
Welcome to another episode of Student of Life, the Game Show. Student of Life, the Game Show, game number 21.
What we just listened to took place in Black Balsam around mile marker 420 on the Blue Ridge Parkway. An amazing place. And coming up, we rejoin Catherine, the artist, as she paints the mural for Fleetwoods. And we have some visitors checking out the mural. You never know who you're going to meet on the show.
What's new and what's not new anymore? Honestly, it's like, it's lit. Is that a new, like, is that a word? Is that a phrase? It's
Oh, yeah,
phrase
and-
now, but is it like...
And explain it like what it means and use it in a
It's
term.
lit.
Well, I guess
I don't
you
ever actually really ever use it's lit, but people say AF a lot. Can I swear on this?
Yeah.
I'm a fan of saying that because I think it's funny and it stands for as fuck.
Right. I like that one too.
I guess it's a socially acceptable way to say as fuck in public, you know?
So use it in a sentence.
It's hot AF outside. It's actually not today. It's beautiful.
I know. Surprisingly.
A new word.
That's a good one.
People like to say catch feels. I'm into that. You
I
know,
don't know
catching
it.
feels. Like you caught feelings for someone. Catching feels.
I like that.
I like it. I'm into it. I think it sounds to me like it might have started in like high school. You know, let's see. I don't know. This one time on Halloween, I met this dude that was dressed up as Dwight Schrute at this bar called the Southern downtown.
He was dressed up as what?
He was dressed up as Dwight Schrute from The Office.
Okay.
And he looked exactly like him, and to this day I still cannot figure out if it was him or not, like dressing up as himself to just mess with people on Halloween. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I'm not positive, but like it still messes with me today, and I saved the picture on my computer just so I could like reference it sometimes.
And it wasn't because you were too intoxicated, because you have the picture and you've seen it since.
Exactly. I mean, it was Halloween, you know, so I had some drinks, but I have the picture too.
What were you dressed up as?
I didn't even dress up that Halloween. I know, it's ridiculous. Halloween's usually my favorite Grateful Dead related. But
Nice.
I dressed up one year as a dancing bear for Halloween because I thought it was a really great idea. And I decided to make my own costume, and I was going to be the green Grateful Dead bear. And I like half-assed making the costume. And so I had like this weird green, it wasn't even velvet, it was like fuzzy material that I bought. It was like bright green. And then I got a purple thing for the neck, whatever neck piece they wear.
Right.
And I made it, and I went out to a party in Tampa, Florida, which is where I used to live. And no one really listens to the Grateful Dead in Tampa, Florida.
Right.
And so no one knew what I was, and everyone thought I was Kermit the Frog. And I was like, this is embarrassing. My outfit also looks like shit because I just made it in like an hour. And then I went out to like I went out to a show the next night with the same costume, but I made the costume look better. I like fixed it up a little bit.
Okay. What show?
I think it was Boombox. It was Boombox. And then I decided that it would be a good idea if I painted my face with a big black smile on it, because that's what they have. They have these like really wide open gaping grins, you know, that are like jet black. And I did that, and I looked like a juggalo.
Did people comment there? Like, did people say that?
I think I got a few comments. I don't remember really, but
Once again, no one said that was the Grateful Dead bear.
people knew at that show because it was like in kind of that scene, you know.
Okay.
But I just made it ridiculous on a different level. Well, I was 18 and I was in college, and I looked at a bunch of different colleges all
Hey,
over
how's
the
it going?
country.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm gonna watch you pay me.
Yeah, totally. Not a problem.
So I'm recording her for a podcast. Is it okay if your voice will be on this podcast?
Sure,
All right,
sure.
I'm Devin. What's
I
your
don't
name?
want my picture on it.
Yeah, what's your name?
My name's Alan.
Devin, good to meet you.
Devin.
Are you okay with your voice being on the podcast too? Devin?
Fred.
Fred? Good to meet you. What you guys think?
Who are you doing this for?
Do you know Simon and Christy?
Uh-huh.
For them.
That's real nice.
I'm Catherine.
Well, you're good.
Thank you
I'll
so
tell
much.
you what. There's some people down there on the river, you know, where the new
The new
12
wedding.
bone stakeout
Uh-huh.
beats anything I've ever seen, man.
It's amazing, isn't
how
it?
do you keep in perspective the size? I don't see how you can figure out, you know, keep the eyes straight as big as they are. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
People commit their whole lives to it, you know?
God, that's incredible.
Catherine, watch out behind you.
Oh, in the water. Yeah, it is. It is beautiful. There's an event where you can go watch them paint.
Really?
Yeah.
Down
it's called,
there?
It's called Burners and Barbecue. Yep.
When is that?
It is in May.
Oh.
Yeah. It's so it
Puts
just
me
kind
in
of
mind of a
happened.
volcano.
What'd you say?
I just came from uptown. Boy, it is packed full of people. The Leaf
Beef
Festival.
Festival, right? Yeah. I'm staying away from there.
God, you can't walk from the people.
Yeah.
Someone told me this was a flower truck for a funeral home one time.
What did you say?
Someone said it was a truck for a funeral home.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he bet it came
Set
out
the flowers in it.
Oh, flowers.
Oh.
I got this full of that pipe, so. We thought somebody had just, when we first come, had just cut it out and made them a truck out of it. You know. There was an old camper trailer sitting here all week last week. Did you see that thing?
Yeah. It just left.
Just moved.
Must be from the 50s. That thing has got to be that old.
Yeah, they just.
65, right?
You got a story you want to share with us? An interesting story from your life?
I don't know. Let me think a minute.
Yeah. Should I move my car?
Come back to Monster Park days.
I was one of, you can believe this or you don't have to, but
What?
I was one of the original
Yeah.
long hairs in this town. I mean, I was one of the very first. And there was this town in the late 60s you get your brains beat out, man. If
Long.
you went to the wrong place, you might not survive, man. I mean, you just cannot believe how much it's changed. I was a superintendent over the Pack Square renovations in 1985 uptown. And at that time, Asheville was just a ghost town. It had got to the point where all the buildings, all the storefronts, plywood on all the windows. They even talked about tearing Asheville down, completely tearing it down and building like a modern, like a mall, like, you know. And some people formed the Historic Society, and they fought it, thank God, and got it all stopped. And like I said, I was superintendent over that Pack Square renovations. The lady who bought it, she was from Detroit. Her name was Snyder, was her last name. She bought from, you know, the Jackson building, the big tall Jackson building. It's right beside the police department, very Gothic gargoyles and things on the side. But she bought from there all the way up to the Diane Wortham Center, and then down Biltmore Avenue to where the black community started. What was that street called? Right there at the block, all the way down to there, and then across the street, Eagle Street, yeah. And then across the street, she got from where it used to be Things. What's it called now?
I'm not sure.
But from the top of the square down, it's about 6 or 8 doors down. From there up, all the way to the top of the square, and down Patton Avenue to where old Tom's hot dog place used to be. She bought all of that for the taxes that was owed on it. That's what was, it was pitiful. Nobody wanted anything. And that started the ball rolling. And then we had Belshire. How long you been here?
Not long at all.
Yeah. We used to have a thing started in '79. It was a street festival called Belshire. And that, I think that contributed a whole lot to the, you know, bringing everything back. And now, I mean, you can't rent a place. Rent is so outrageous here, man. We don't get near as much money as, say, Raleigh or Charlotte to work, you know. But our rent, I've got a little 1-bedroom mobile home. It's new, it's never been lived in before, but still, it's only a tiny little 1-bedroom mobile home, $750 a month. You know, and you can't, and they want to pay you $9 and $10 an hour. How do you pay that?
Right.
You know, you have to, everybody has to move in together.
Yeah, it's not a living wage.
Where are you from?
Miami originally.
Oh God, it's so hot.
The real estate here is higher.
I lived in St.
Charlotte,
John in the Virgin. In fact, I'm thinking about going back. Yeah, I've lived in Sarasota and Fort Myers.
Are you from this area though?
Yeah. This is where I started at. And I used to travel with the union construction work. I've lived everywhere. I mean, I've lived in damn near every state in the union and the Virgin Islands, and you know. But I always ended up back here.
So you were telling me you were one of the first longhairs in this area.
I sure
so
was,
tell me some stories about that.
I just, you know, it's same as all stories. We found pot, and I started out, you know, when I was a kid, I just, everybody else is listening to
the age of Aquarius, wasn't it?
Yeah, everybody else is listening to Patsy Cline, and I love Patsy Cline, in fact, but when the Beatles came along, just took my breath. I couldn't believe it. And that started it, you know. I mean, and the next thing I know, somebody has, you ever smoked pot? No. Smoke a little dope, which I hadn't done in a long time. But yeah, I was one of the first, man. I can remember when I could count we called them heads back then, you know. I knew them all. Hell, it wasn't maybe 40 or 50. The whole area, you know. We had one little place on Merriman Avenue. Well, that was a long time before Montford, the Bardo Plain, that old shop down there, yeah. And then we had one called Middle Earth was the name of it. And we just all kind of gathered up and looked out after each other, you know. And now it's got, I mean, my God, all these people with naughty hair and tattoos all over them. And it wouldn't work in a pie factory. I got in a car wreck not too long, well, about 6, 7 years ago. I was in a car wreck and the guy hit me and left me for dead. And I couldn't work. I was just knocked my teeth out, broke all my face up. And damn near killed me. But when I got to where I could get around again, I had to work. So I drove a taxi cab, you know, to make a little money. And you could pick these guys up, these little, you know, old naughty hair and damn tattoos all over them, and they'd want to go to like Black Man. Well, it's a pretty good ride, you know, and if you take somebody and they don't pay you, you have to pay it, you know. So I tell them, look guys, that's, you know, I'm not saying you cheat me or anything, but I got to see some kind of a way that you can pay this bill, you know. And man, they whip out a $100,000 platinum card on you. You know, it's their parents. Their parents are so ashamed of the way they look that they have found out about Asheville, and they come to Asheville